Gotta put the sunglasses on. Hi, I'm Austin Eartham.
And I'm Taylor Patton, and welcome to the Kitchen Table Podcast.
We're here to motivate, educate, and relate to you guys, sharing our stories, helping you get 1% better in all areas of your life. Welcome to episode number 83. We got some good stuff on the slate today, talking about our weeks, what we've learned, and then on Thursday's episode, talking about how we're going to use what we learned to better our lives and hopefully give you guys some advice or better your life as well. So what do we got? What's new this week? Anything big happen? Any news? We should start doing this like the Kelsey brothers in their podcast. They go, new news. We need to do something like that. We're just like, any news?
CWS. Awesome. It was a good time. It's good to see hometown friends.
The homies.
Yeah. I wrote this down. Like, I feel like I live two lives. I feel like I live like Omaha life, and I feel like I live the Des Moines life. I know. I just want to reiterate it. Like,
I just live one life. I'm just one person.
Yeah, I know. Cause, I mean, how many times you go back home or go anywhere else to see people?
Most of my friends are here.
That's what I'm saying.
I go home probably 6 to 8 times a year.
Yeah, to see your people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I really went home to see my dog, but he's no longer there. So
yeah.
The College World Series was fun.
Yeah.
Why do you live two lives? I mean,
I
know why, but
yeah. To me, like here is very like work and business, and like I don't really like hang out. Like I just work here, and then I go like when I like do anything fun or do anything that's not work related or working out, it's 90% back in like Omaha.
We should do some fun here. What the heck?
Yeah, I know. I like. That's what I'm saying is like I just feel like I just do more things back home. If that makes sense.
You probably look forward to going home because it's more fun.
Yeah, it's like weird. It's kind of like I view like living here is just like work, where I like view like going home is like fun, and like I can relax. Like the whole weekend, I didn't think about work once. I get back, so I worked Sunday night. I picked up a shift. I worked Sunday night, and then I had today off in technicality. So all day was all working. Like I just sat on my computer and answered my phone because people called me, people needed things. Like there was no like, I was like, I had like 10 things I wanted to do or get done around the house or like out running errands and stuff today. 3 things got done.
3 out of 10, you're batting 30%. You're batting 300, really. You're 300 here, dude. That's good.
Right, but in a 7-hour time span is like not good.
Can we talk about? Good.
No, that like I guess that's what I'm saying is like I just feel like here is just very like work. Like I'm very serious. Like I'm very serious at work, and like I can't even like take like a day off. It's just straight work, which isn't bad. Like I work a lot as it is, but like I always just think here it's just work.
So you should do fun stuff then and balance it out if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Or double down.
That's a great thing because I don't know what I want.
Well, sounds like you do. You just gotta open up to it. But can we talk about this technicality bullcrap again? Taylor's over here a couple weeks ago, and we're watching the NBA Finals and talking, and they're doing some stuff on the computer, and he said in technicality probably 30 times a night. No, there is no technicality. You either did, like today, did you work or did you not work? I mean, you either worked or didn't.
That's the thing. I got paid not to work, and I ended up working. Like I didn't have to do my regular scheduled job, but I did like all my task work for my job.
So you worked from home, essentially.
Yeah, when my job isn't from home.
Yeah, but you worked. You worked today.
For about 7 hours.
7 hours.
Because I ended up having to go in for meetings.
Well, there you go. So it was not technicality.
It is technicality.
It's either you worked or you didn't work.
It is.
No, there's no gray area. It's It's either yes or no. Did you get paid to work? Or did you get paid to not work and still work, and you went into the office or worked from home?
That's what I'm saying. So in
You're
technicality, I got paid to work.
That's like saying all the time, like, in technicality, I worked today. Like, I worked. I didn't get paid for doing sports psychology today, but I did some stuff on the computer.
Yeah.
Did some stuff with Valley's baseball team or whatever. Like, did some stuff working for that. Like, technically, I worked.
Yeah. I work every day, all day.
Yeah. See, that's where the technicality comes into play.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. You just classify it as it.
It is. If I can't spend my time doing it, like not thinking about work and not doing work related stuff.
But it doesn't mean you're working.
But I was answering, I was fixing schedule. I was
telling
people to go places at work that I was not at.
So then you did work, is what you got to say. You were supposed to say, I was supposed to have the day off. I was supposed to have a PTO day, but I ended up working from home doing scheduling.
And technicality, yes.
It's not a technicality. You don't need that word. I had something else to say about it. Now I don't even.
You give me the definition of technicality and see what works and doesn't work.
I don't even know. You have to Google that.
That's what I'm saying.
You're IT. Jeffrey, come here. Our IT person.
But yeah, because so I went home Friday night, and like I didn't think about work, didn't do anything work related the whole weekend. Good. And it was like freeing. Like even now when I work out, it's like not the same. If that makes sense. Like I just like it's
not the same.
Yeah, like I just feel like before when I was like working my previous job in my company and that, like I could work out and not have to respond to people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that like I could just like turn like work off.
I do feel that. I think it's fun though. I feel important. I like it. I mean, I get annoyed with it.
Yeah, so like.
But it's good. It's good problems.
Yeah.
It means you're in control.
For the most part, yeah.
It means you own the sucker. You own it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, working out is like me getting like stressing free, getting all my stress out, and like it just doesn't work that way now. It's just like the stress just stays there.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have that problem because like when I work out, I don't care who texts me, who doesn't. Like my wife and I were working out together today, and she said something, and I just didn't even like acknowledge it. And then she's like, "You don't want to have fun," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to hit this set here," and
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I used to.
I don't give a crap.
And now I have to pay attention to text. I have to answer phone calls.
I mean, you don't have to. You ain't on the clock.
Okay, but if I don't, and something's happening that is on me,
you're on call like all the time, man. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what solves that problem? You work out at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. The likelihood of something happening.
I haven't. That's when I usually hit my cardio, and then I work out afterwards.
Is less. There's less. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah. No one be texting me really ever 2 a.m. But so now I find like my stress-free thing is literally boarding. Like just ride around my skateboard.
Except for today, because it's hot.
No, I do it at night. Like I ain't trying to do it in those cars and everything flying around. Yeah. Even going to work and all that. I do it like when dusk and sunset when school looking out.
Yeah. Still gonna be hot as Hades today.
Like, yeah, that's my 20 minutes of like stress-free and back to the grind.
You could also do the cold tub. That's supposed to be stress-free. You got to think of something that you can be. You know what can solve some of your problem is if you do something that's productive, like you feel productive, like you're getting stuff done, but you can respond at the same time. Like for instance,
I can't respond while I'm in cold tub. I'm scared I'm gonna drop my phone in there.
Well, they make like little baggy things you can hold it in, so text and stuff, you know.
No, we should have going all that to do that.
I'm just saying, I'm solving multiple problems here. I'm a problem solver. Here's a question for you. So today, doing stuff for baseball team, and a kid said he wasn't book smart or academically smart, but he was street smart.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to it's called the turtle. So it's like the batting cage thing, you know? You put up like when BP behind home plate, the big cover thing. Yeah. It's like a big arch behind it.
Okay, yeah.
So you hit a ball, it just goes into it, you know?
Okay, yeah.
and
Continue.
they were trying to put it up, and he's like, he couldn't figure it out. And I said, I thought you were street smart. He's like, that's not street smart. Wouldn't that be considered street smart because it's not an academic thing? It's literally problem solving. That's what street smart is. Or he literally means like, don't hold a gun in front of somebody's face. I don't know what street smart is. Don't yell at a bunch of people that you're gonna get mobbed by. I don't know. Do you think what he was doing with the turtle trying to put it up is street smart? Do you think that's academic? Or do you think there's a third label?
Yeah, that'd be more like academic. That would just be like,
I disagree.
that'd be like doing an experiment.
It's not an experiment. You literally just put the bolt in the hole, and then you just push it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not gonna learn that in school or anything like that. So I don't get how it's academically smart, because academically smart would have to be something that you'd have to learn in school for some sort of education.
Yeah.
You should learn how to problem solve in every class. But
I think in technicality it just falls under.
It's not in technicality. That's not a thing. I just don't get it. It's either street smart or academically smart, or there's a third one. It's not any technicality. I don't know why it's so funny. You can't even breathe over here.
On purpose.
Oh.
Just to get correct.
I thought you were just naturally going. I was like, this kid. Whatever. Moving on. Quote I saw this week was a good one. My dad sends me a quote every day, and this is one of the quotes here. I'll talk for the next 20 minutes while Taylor's laughing and getting his breath back here.
That was funny.
So the quote, I don't know who it's by, but it says, appreciate where you are in the journey, even if it's not where you want to be, because every season serves a purpose. Appreciate where you are in the journey, even if it's not where you want to be, because every season serves a purpose. I like that because I would say like business, especially fitness, sports, all that kind of wise. I feel like I'm not where I want to be, but I'm growing.
Yeah.
And it's an important spot in the journey, because you can make something happen no matter where you're at. It keeps going. If you want to go somewhere else, it keeps you going as long as you're realistic about it. Like my reel this week for my Personal Growth Monday for my business was talking about self-confidence, and how self-confidence is, there's a type called false or inflated confidence. There's two different ones in there.
Yeah.
And one of them is false confidence is thinking you're better than you are, or not thinking about it. So like you're actually internally scared, but really you're not confident. I lost my thought.
I was confused where you're going there.
So
yeah, I mean, like,
hold on, let me reset. So there's different types of confidence. One type of confidence is self-confidence, which you want to have. Other types of self-confidence that are you want to avoid are called diffident confidence, or false confidence, or inflated confidence. False and inflated are types of overconfidence. So I'm not where I want to be in the journey, but I'm not confusing reality with where I'm at. That would be a type of overconfidence, or diffident confidence. It actually would be diffident if you want to go. I said it wrong earlier. If you want to go by your technicality.
Damn right. But I'm
so okay.
I'm so confused, because you're talking about the journey, you're talking about where you're at in the journey, but then you're talking about confidence. No.
So I'm saying
the
business, I'm growing and I know where I want to be.
Yeah.
But I'm not there yet. Diffident confidence is where you think you're already there, but you want to be better.
Yeah. So that's a good thing.
No, it's because it's false. You're not there yet. You think
but that's like manifesting. You want to think that.
Yeah, but but it's forgetting about reality where you are, like, realistically.
Right.
That'd be like me saying I'm a millionaire, so I go and buy a Ferrari when I'm not a millionaire yet, but I want to be. But I can't afford that.
That's just the poor, like, financial decision. Like, but
saying it stems from confidence within.
Yeah, but believing within that, like, you're a millionaire is like.
Yeah, but the believing it's great to believe in yourself, but you can't forget about where you're actually at that present moment. You can't fake it. Internally, you can't fake it. So like confidence, like I want to buy a Ferrari, right? Let's say that's the example. I want to have enough money to buy a Ferrari. So I want to build the business to have enough money to buy a Ferrari. That's fine, whatever, right? But where I'm at right now, I don't have enough money to buy a Ferrari.
You need to flip the script.
So the script is how do I get there? But if you are diffident confidence, then it's I'm there, I'm good, I can buy it. It forgets where you're at in the present moment. It's like it's
that's called being delusional.
Scientific terms, that's not.
That's called being delusional.
Just the inner self.
But believing that you are like having the confidence and walking like you are a millionaire, like you are the I don't know, like the man.
Yeah, but
you should 100% exert that energy. Like you should 100% like exert the confidence that you are. Why? Because like then I was like, the more that you do that, constantly, the more that you build that self-respect, the more like it actually becomes who you are.
Yes, but
so if you walk around like you already have $1 million business, the more likely like you already will build that. Because it's that manifestation and that confidence and like speaking like that every day. Like
you said, acting how you want it to be.
Yeah, if you're going out and buying a Ferrari,
acting is not real though. You can act it all you want. You can have the swagger. You can do all that stuff. But you also internally, self-confidence goes.
All you're saying is
no. The difference between what you're saying and what I'm saying is mine is internally. Yours is externally. Confidence comes from within. I can tell you
that is internal. Like you, 100%. It comes from internal.
But you have to fully believe it.
Yeah, and you absolutely should believe that.
Yes, but a lot of people don't. So
that's what I'm saying.
Inflated, or it's false, or they're not. They don't have a sense of reality. One of those three things happens. So I'm saying from within, you should act where you're at too. So you should be happy with where you're at, but you should want more. Yeah. So how do I get there? So you should focus on.
You should walk in humility.
You should. But you just said to act like you got swagger.
Absolutely.
Which one are you gonna do?
Absolutely. That doesn't mean you don't have empathy, humility, respect for other people. Like again, you're taking out everything else. You're just saying one. You're looking at 3% of the equation.
No, I'm looking at the whole thing. You only understand 3%, I think.
All you're saying is act where you're at.
No, you don't have to act where you're at. I'm saying where you literally are at. Confidence-wise, so okay, so let's say you make, I don't even know another example. Okay, so I want to, here's an example. I want to make my business into the thing I do all day, every day. Right now, I can't afford to do that. I don't have enough clientele. Right? So me acting like I'm got that figured out would be me having to quit my job currently to do that full time. If you want just a swagger, then yeah, when I portray my presentations to people, I act, but internally I actually know what I'm saying. Okay, but if I was diffident, I would just go around, quit my job, do that full time, and portray that confidence. But I can't, and there's a difference between acting and reality. Actors act, but that's not who they are. It's an internal thing. Then false confidence or overconfidence would be two different things, that you think you're better than you are, or you're just portrayed by the media and you think you're great, even though you're not. So the whole point of this is enjoy where you're at. That's important, but you should want more, but you have to be able to be confident in that and be competent. Because if you're not competent, it doesn't matter. That's my whole point in all this. You got to get mastery. You got to work hard. Anyways, that was a long spiel. We should go back and listen to that, see how that was. All right. Where'd you see God this week?
CWS. Just everything works out in the end. And no matter how flustered you are, how things you think are not working out or not going in your favor, in the end, everything works out. Especially having faith in God and allowing Him to move pieces around, allowing Him to move you around. Things will always work out.
So what worked out at the World Series?
We didn't have tickets to a sold out game Saturday night, and we went over there and we're kind of walking around, and we're trying to figure out the ticket situation, and we didn't want to pay over $100, and tickets were about $150, $200.
Okay.
And so we were waiting, and they said to check back around. So the game's at 6. They said check back around 4:35 for rollover tickets or something, and then they had stand.
Rollover tickets.
I don't know.
So they clear the stadium between?
Yeah, so I was very confused, but I was like, okay, we'll be back.
Yes, ma'am.
So we were walking around, and one of my friends works at a place that has a tent, so we're trying to find it, but we couldn't figure out where it was. And finally, he like looked back, and he's like, it's by the Hilton. And I was like, okay, the Hilton's over this way. So we walk in, so we find it, we walk in, and they didn't have his name. And we ended up talking to the manager that was like running it, and he just wrote his name down and said, hey, you're welcome back. The event starts at 4:30. And
oh, so you have his name on the list?
Yeah. But and so we showed up about it's like 4 o'clock at this point. And he's like, the event starts like 4:30. And
wonder how you get on the list.
I don't know. I know all the people that work for the company. They do buy free tickets, but they only give them out to select people. Yeah. And he wasn't one of them to get the tickets. So we just walked in. He to check out the tent and everything and see what it was all about. And anyway, we ended up getting on the list. So we walk around in that, and then tickets, by the time we got back over, tickets ended up being sold out of whatever that means. They only had standing tickets. So we went back to the Pfizer tent, and we got in, and our other friend got in too. And then we got free food. We got a drink for free and air conditioning for like 2 hours. Then we went, and instead of paying $150 for tickets, we only paid $30.
Pfizer's vaccine?
No, credit card. I could be completely saying their name wrong, but that's what I'm going with. It's like
I don't know something.
It's like a credit card company. Like
Visa?
No, I think it works they work like the back end stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm not very technologically inclined. All I know is I spend a lot of money on my credit card.
Yeah, and they work like Tyler works on like the reward system.
Nice.
For like credit cards, so he does all
Cash
that
back,
stuff.
baby.
Yeah. So he does all that stuff.
Does he have a credit card by him?
Not my Pfizer.
Whatever they go through though. Yeah, but they go through like a.
I think they should
MasterCard type.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they get a good credit card.
I have no idea.
Fine, good.
I guess I could ask.
Hey, speaking of credit cards, you should get the Delta card right now.
I already have it.
The Delta one?
Yes.
How many miles do you get if you spend whatever money you
60, and they just bumped it to 90 for the time being.
I was gonna say they just have a huge deal.
Stupid. Everything works out. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Eyes forward. But
I got mine.
I saw that on my Instagram. I was like, what the heck? I think I have 2 months to spend another like $2,000 or something.
You better start buying stuff. Can you put rent on it or anything?
I don't pay rent.
You could buy some meat and we could smoke it. Just buy a buttload.
You could.
Smoking.
I put everything on my credit card now.
Yeah, it's good.
I put all my expenses on it.
Then you just got to pay her off and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Simple. Get the miles. You can travel the world on something other than Spirit Airlines.
I am taking. It's funny because I am taking Allegiant to Las Vegas next.
Well,
Monday.
yeah, I don't doubt. I mean, that's usually okay, I suppose. It's not great, but it's cheap.
Yeah, I looked at Delta. No, it was like $700.
Yeah, and you can't even go straight there. You probably have to lay over.
I had to fly in Denver, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be Minneapolis. Interesting. So long story short is you got into the game and you got into the tent and got some free food and drinks.
Yes.
Great day.
Yeah, it was a great day. Then we went to the mat after. Got some rum buckets.
Nice. I haven't had rum in a long time. Honestly, don't remember last time I had rum.
They're really good.
Buckets of rum. Let's go to the Caribbean. I saw God this week, and like one, I just have gratitude because I always say this: how other cultures. So my wife and I were watching this thing on National Geographic because we couldn't find a movie. So we were watching. Remember when the Thailand soccer team or whatever was stuck in those caves?
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
We were watching a documentary about how they got them out and stuff. And they were showing all the volunteers and what's going on. And in the end, a lot of people don't even care about having a huge business, getting to be a professional athlete, being on American Idol and being a great singer. A lot of cultures just want to provide for their family and live a happy life.
Yeah.
So I just have a lot of gratitude for kind of actually where we're at in the world, and really makes our problems seem so minuscule.
Yeah.
And it just makes you want to live a nice, joyful life.
What is this? The stats. If you have a roof over your head, you have a job, food on the table, you're better than you're better than 80% of the world.
Yeah. I mean,
which and think about that's wild.
Yeah, and then on the day-to-day, I think you're all concerned with work. I'm concerned about how to grow the business. We both want to work out. Got to get fitter. Got to do this. Got to do that. Got to make this person happy. You need to make this better. You need to get this amount of sleep. We're so inclined to a bunch of stuff that in the end,
first world problems.
Yeah, literally, doesn't matter,
1,000%.
So it just put in perspective the gratitude. And then we were at lunch at a camp that I was doing for kicking. And the guy who runs it was like, "This is my favorite part of the day, lunch," and it's because we just get to hang out and talk. That's why.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so true because we were all saying, "Oh, that's our favorite part." Also, I'm always starving, so that helps. It was just interesting to put that in perspective. So that was a place I saw God, and just with the business, which I'll get into a little bit more maybe later, or the 1440. All right. Next thing we both saw, and we both wanted to talk about this week, so we might as well get on that. Any ad you want to give the people? I had to stop it.
Oh, I thought you said. This is what? What do we both?
The 888 rule.
Oh yeah. I think I was like, what is it?
Yeah, 888 rule. So you want to explain that? Or you want me to?
Oh yeah, you can explain
it. Okay, so
I didn't write it down like you did.
Oh, okay. I just know it because I always talk about it. So 888 rule is break your day into 3 sections. So you should have 8 hours of sleep. Then you should have 8 hours of your work or job, career, whatever you want to title that as. And then you should have 8 hours of you time or free time, something you enjoy or leisure activities. That equals 24 hours in a day. I just think it's interesting because I really try to have balance in my life, and I want my 8 hours of work to also be included in the fun. And everybody knows I need my 8 hours of sleep. I really need more 9.5, but and then do fun. And we talked last season a little bit about how we spend our time when we're going through the book.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was interesting. I would love to see what people spend 888 on, because I really do spend 888 a lot. Now I feel like some of that extra leisure 8 hours is just doing other work per se. Obviously, it's not a career, but I think the 888 is pretty balanced for me. What are your thoughts on the 888? I don't know. What do you want me from? I just think I'm pretty good at it.
No, I think you're very good about balancing, especially getting 8 hours. Mine, we talked about this before.
You got 30 hours of work and -6 of sleep. If you're working at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and then you're doing cardio after work, you ain't getting 8 hours of sleep. We know that.
No, I don't get up. It's 4 days a week is 4:30. I get up and go do cardio.
That's wild. How many eggs you eat in the morning?
0. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause you're skinny.
because I'm trying to cut.
Trying to cut.
Yeah, I want 6-pack to show. I don't know. I'm probably like.
I eat more on my 6-pack
daily,
shows.
like.
Sorry, that's supposed to be funny.
6. No shot.
I think most Americans probably don't have the 8-8 rule, especially if you have kids. I don't know how you do the 8-8 rule.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Because I think the second 8 or the third 8 is like broken down into 3 parts.
Yes, I totally agree.
It's broken. It's like 3-3 and then 3 or 2 or something.
3-3-2 would be equal an 8.
Yeah. What is?
I think mine's like 3 hours of workout. No, I'd probably say 2 hours of workout / stretching. 3 hours of getting crap ready / like TV. And then I don't know what the other 3 hours would be though.
Family, faith, and friends. It's the 3S. 3. So he breaks down like you're like
Fitness.
yeah you're like 8 you're 8 hours. I don't know.
See, I would change it to like
8 hours. It's like 8 hours of hard work, 8 hours of good sleep, and then 8 hours on the like the F's, which is faith, friends, and family. 3 H's, which is health, hygiene, hobby, and 3 S's, which are soul, service, and smile.
So
it's probably like mine's like 12 hours of work, 6 hours of sleep, 6 hours of the S, H's, and S's. If I break that down, I'd really have to think about life.
But I think it's under your chair. So I don't know, because I think you should change those things. Because really, he just put in like 8 categories. 9. So
yes.
I think to simplify it, it would be more like caretaking, second job or hobby, and then leisure.
To me, it'd just be
health,
service,
yeah,
and faith.
Yeah, I mean health, service, and I'd say leisure. But health is normally leisure though. Unless you're like a doctor.
Anyway, if I'm bringing it down like that, it's like 12 hours of work, 6 hours of sleep, 6 hours of everything else.
Do you think?
And about 3 of the hours is spent on working out.
You work out longer than me. I've been working out for an hour a day, and I've been doing like good. I'm getting like fit.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
I've been working out. I've been working out good. That sounds like so seductive right there. Like.
I just feel really good. My body. I mean, it's sore. Today was my day strain on my whoop was 16.4, but all I did is lunges, back squats, and then a quick WOD that was 12 minutes. That was my whole workout. Of course, I stretch and do other stuff and do a little extra things at the end, but I'm getting way fitter, way faster. And I wrote down the other day, like, so Scotty Scheffler after the U.S. Open round 3 on Saturday, he went to the driving range after and drove more. I think he just golfed all day, and now he's golfing more. Most people want to be done golfing or done doing whatever after they're done doing it.
Yeah.
And I just miss that energy of like wanting to do something all day. I always say I'm going to do more CrossFit, but then I have to shower again, or if something comes up, or I don't want to be too sore. But like that's when you know you really like something. Or Gary Vee's like, you should work. It just naturally said on a podcast, what do you do for your 12 hours of work a day? And I was like, 12 hours. I was like, boy, that doesn't sound good. But if you enjoy what you're doing, I'll get into this later. If you enjoy it, doesn't matter. It's not like
earlier, I was like talking kind of down on like work and all that. I love my job. So like I know like I like sound like a Debbie Downer earlier, but like me working like when I'm not supposed to be working, I do like it. I do love it. So it's like I was just it's just today was like I won't say an off day, but it was just like
not going on.
No, I just spent way more time on things that I didn't think like I would need to. Yeah. And that's the only reason. But in
non-technicality.
In technicality, normally I love about every day.
Not technicality. You either do or you don't. I already told you that.
And technical difficulties out here, I do.
Technical difficulties. Now you're just making up random words to put into a technical. Anyway.
I do.
But, okay, something else I wrote down. Go ahead, actually, if you got.
No, you're good. What else you write down?
Well, I was going to say that it's kind of going off at, like, yeah, you love work and stuff, but sometimes it's just a burden as well. But think about, like, you weren't at your job today, but you feel like you kind of were. Think about how much trust in life you put on other people. I was listening to a podcast with Gary Vee, and he was talking about how he didn't invest in Uber, and that's his biggest, like, misfall he's ever had, you know, because it's so big now.
Yeah.
If you would have told a 14-year-old 10 years ago, yeah, just get on your phone and call a driver you don't know and get in their car and have them take you home,
Right.
never would that happen.
Right.
Now it's like casual, right? So the amount of people you trust, think about a pilot. Literally, this person's flying you 500 miles an hour, 3 hours, whatever it is.
And you trust other people, like, not to crash into.
Yeah, 35,000 feet in the air to not crash and to land safely.
Yeah.
Right? When you're driving down the road, there's so many cars. You're trusting all those people to not hit you.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of trust in life.
I think
that you really like naturally have to have.
I think it's like, what is it, like cautious trust? That's not the right word, but it's kind of like something like, it's kind of like having faith that like people, like, the plane gonna make it the whole way, or like you're like, no, I'm gonna crash into.
But like you have to be good at your job.
Yeah.
Or good at driving, like enough to be.
That's what I'm saying, like, and then that's where the confidence comes in.
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta have confidence.
Because like faith is like believing, but also is in the works.
Yeah, I just think it's so interesting how trust, faith, belief, whatever you wanna, they're all kind of the same, they're all kind of different.
Yeah. For every day is like you have to have trust in everyone at my job that they don't mess it up to where like our facility gets closed down. That's
what I'm saying. Like it's sometimes hard to let go of that and just want to take over, or like where I said with the quote, like every purpose or every chapter in your life serves a purpose, even if it's not where you want to be.
Yeah.
You have to trust that you're putting in the work to do it correctly. That in 7, like the podcast is talking about like posting and stuff more, and trust that you'll get your business where you want to go if you're taking the proper steps to do so.
You can't jump steps.
Yeah, and that's literally what he said right after. He's like, patience will always win.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of people that like win the like people that like win the lottery like end up losing all their money because they're not ready for like that type of responsibility.
Yeah. Or they're just not patient with their money and they just want to buy it all at once. You know, like use it all.
Mm-hmm.
It just really blows my mind. Kind of like the gratitude thing with other cultures. It's just like, whoa, like they don't care about that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, like we have to trust a lot of people every day. And that's why like building genuine connections with people, you trust that hopefully they'll open the door down the road for you too, or whatever it might be. They're just super interesting to me.
Anything else I got from you on the 1440?
Okay, I got, we're good.
We are good. What's that mean?
I just didn't know if I wanted to go in the last bullet. I might as well say it since I wrote it down. So we've been big on like the psychedelic stuff, you know. And I watched a Netflix documentary about it, about How to Change Your Mind, New York Times bestseller book. The guy was way older than I thought he was. I did not know that. Done his research for a long, long time. But I don't think I need psychedelics anymore. Because I learned that your brain might produce a little bit of DMT, and that's like what creates those like crazy, like lucid, like.
Might.
Yeah, I didn't look into it a ton, but a couple like recent experiments or studies have maybe said that you create a little bit of the same chemicals as what's used in like ayahuasca, and get those very like life-changing vivid dreams.
And I think I have those. Was it euphoria? Is that the word? I think I have those because I do it in my sleep, anyways. So like, I think I just produce more, like especially when I took like the CBD, because like if you have a little bit of the um, THC in it, it could enhance it. So I think that mine was even more enhanced then, because I get like you get in a very like sedated state. So like when I'm overly tired, it's more easy to be sedated.
Yeah.
Then I have the vivid dreams more. So I just think that I might produce more DMT than the average person, like in the brain chemical, and then I have those dreams without even needing to have like a alteration event in my life by doing like ayahuasca or something. Not any research, just that's what I feel. So, anyways, you got any thoughts on that, or should we end there?
Yeah, I guess I've done zero research on if we produce all that stuff.
You look into it. So I told my wife I should
But
try
at the,
CBD.
at the end of the, like, to me, in technicality, I don't
Technicality.
I don't dream like you dream. I don't like produce that stuff. Like even if it's true, like I like that or I haven't accessed it.
Yeah, I'm
Like
saying,
I have my body hasn't like let myself access it.
because the movie shows like how it reenacts it. Obviously, talks about like how deep the events are. Like this one lady had a miscarriage and she was like in a flower bed with her miscarriage, and then it like floated away from her, and it was like a deep dark thing. And then when she woke up, she was no longer scared or felt like I guess bad about the miscarriage anymore. She just accepted the event, and that's like what it usually goes to some deep dark secret for you, and then you like kind of solve it, or you have like a dramatic or traumatic event while you're in the state. So then I try to meditate you and relax and that kind of thing, so it's not as bad of a negative energy. Have those. Maybe maybe I'm wrong. I would have something even wilder. But I just think I already have all those dreams because usually it's about something like that, or something in the future. Or if I get stressed, I'm more likely to sleepwalk too. It's really interesting. I'd like to do some scans and do some more research about it. But I stopped watching the video because it was so boring. It was like more about the history of like ecstasy and mushrooms, and
Yeah.
I just didn't care about that stuff as much. I wanted to know more about like they don't go a ton into the research. So I was looking it up the whole time it was on. Stuff about mushrooms. So if you want to know anything about it's like science. It's what's it actually called. Not shrooms, but silenids or
Psychedelic?
no, that's the guy coined the term of that because it's mind state altering.
Yeah.
Some guy. Psychedelic mushrooms. Psilocybin mushroom. So psilocybin is what I was talking about. I learned all the words and stuff and how you find a magic mushroom and what's poisonous, what's not. Also, when we went to Hawaii for the honeymoon, there was a person who studied mushrooms that we stayed with. Talked to her. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Taylor's ready to eat, so we'll catch you guys later.
Love it. Bye.